Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the X20 Pro from Atomstack. And I'm moving on from wood materials, slate, glass, plastic. Those I have done in my previous few videos. And if you have missed it, I will put the link somewhere in this video so you can catch up. I have been really ill this week and I still have to go to work on my day job. So I really don't have a chance to go get materials. I managed to get some cheap metal cards from Amazon, and this thing in the UK this costs less than like £10, £15 maybe. So these are really cheap aluminium sheets that they cut into like a card size. They are not magnetic, so I'm sure this is aluminium, and they are about 0.1 millimeter thick. So this one is just silver brushed aluminium, and this one have some kind of a plastic coating on it, but it's still 0.1 mil. And I have been playing around with the X20 Pro, and my conclusion is that this laser is a bit too strong for 0.1 mil of metal. I think any laser will be too strong for that. So if I use full power, it will just bend the metal, and you can see that it's out of shape. So that's not really usable. So I narrow it down to a few settings which I like. So brush aluminium, I use a marker to draw kind of a mark the surface so you have something to burn on. So this one is 4,000 millimeters per minute at 60 power, and this one here is 5,000 millimeters per minute with 90% of the laser strength. Let me just show you up close and see what they look like. This one here have ink on top. I cleaned it completely. And this one is 5,000 speed at 90%, so almost like full power from the X20 Pro laser. And if I catches the light, you can see that it engraved the warrior figurine on here, and it actually etched the surface, not just mark it. So you can, when you run your fingers through it, it actually make a dent in it. I could get a better picture with a slower speed, but the heat just bend the metals too much until kind of out of shape. For example, this one here, very slow speed, no ink, at 90% strength, and you can see that it bends the metal out of shape. And it does mark the metal even without having to use the ink at all. And with the ink kind of removed, this is what it looks like. It just gives you a kind of a very light outline of the figure. Not really what I kind of wanted as a finished product. This one here at no ink, and it's just not really visible. I mean, it catches the light, but if you look at it straight, you can't really see the figure. And if you even lower the speed a bit more, so this one at 1,000 millimeter per minute at 90%, it just kind of bend it out of shape. I already used magnet to kind of stick it down onto my metal tray, but it just doesn't want to work at all. The card with a black coating, I feel like I'm cheating, because like after many try, I gave up on actually etching the metal. So I just burn off the plastic and that's it. So for example, this one here, I use a speed of 8,000 and I lower the power to 75%. And this gives me a really nice, clean kind of engraving. And obviously this one is not grayscale. This is just like black and white. So it's kind of quite clear. And I quite like the finish of this. So I probably will put a gloss on it, and then just to protect the plastic that way. The same figurine on this kind of a black coated aluminium, but this is a cheat because you're not really engraving the metal, maybe a little bit, but basically you're just drawing a picture on by burning off the plastic. But saying that, these are really cheap cards, so I have like hundreds of these, 50 of this, so I can play around with it a bit more. So stainless steel, the only thing I have is my stainless steel blade for my Stanley knife. So it fits into one of these knives. I've got loads of them lying around, so I thought, okay, you know what, I better show you guys a proper metal engraving. So can a quad laser of a 20-watt output power engrave stainless steel? Yes, it can. So if I give a close-up, hopefully it will focus. So light burn, I just kind of do the writing, X20 Pro, and then do a fill. This one is 300 millimeters per minute at 90% and one pass. By the way, all this is done in one pass. I don't do multiple pass at the moment, just to keep things simple. So this one here, 300 speed at 90, and it gives a really nice engraving on the metal. And this is not just marking the surface by you know, marker or mustard or stuff like that. This is actually burning and changing the structure of the stainless steel surface. If I run my finger, you can actually feel that it actually engraved a tiny fraction of the metal. And this is the effect that I really want to do on stainless steel. Yeah, so sorry I can't give you guys a better result or a bigger engraving of the stainless steel. I promise that, you know, and when I actually feel better, I will go to the hardware store. I still have, like, you know, I still want to do the cutting testing for like a 8mm or 10mm plywood, and then maybe a thicker aluminum so that it doesn't bend and I can apply a bit more power. And then maybe a proper stainless steel kind of a plate testing for you guys. Yeah, so quick update. That's all I have time for you today. And I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets, and probably when I feel better as well. See you. Bye-bye.